Okay, we're working with inverse functions today, and we want to determine if these two functions are inverses of each other algebraically. So we're given two functions, f of x, here we go, it's a cubic function. We've got g of x, and it's a cube root function. Well, how do we tell if two functions are inverses? They have this property. F of g of x would equal x. So when we compose those two functions, they undo each other, and you just get x. Also, let me just cut my page in half here. If we do it the other way, it has to work both ways. G of f of x also gives you x. So both have to be true. If that's the case, then these functions truly are inverses of one another. So let's go ahead and do that. We're just going to compose functions. We did that in a previous lesson. So I'm going to plug this whole function in for x right here. So if I do that, I'm going to get the cube root of x minus 1 plus 3. So this whole thing, kind of a big one, this whole thing went in for my x right here. And then I'd have minus 3, and that's all cubed, and then I'll have plus 1. And now it's just a simplification process. So 3 minus 3, of course, goes away. We have the cube root cubed. So if I just come down below, so that would leave x minus 1, right? That would just wipe each other out. Plus 1. And of course, we get x. Negative 1 plus 1 goes away. Well, that worked. Okay, it's got to go the other way as well. So let's do this one. So now if I take this function and I plug it in for x here, so I've got the cube root, I'm going to put this whole thing in here for x. So I've got x minus 3 cubed plus 1. So that entire f of x, replace my x there, minus 1, that's all under the radical there, plus 3. And so 1 minus 1 again goes away. Cube root of a cube, so I'm left with x minus 3 plus 3, and of course I get x. So that's how we verify algebraically that two functions are inverses of one another. Compose them with each other, should get x both directions.